This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Aerosmith Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Puerto Rico, and speaking of Puerto Rico, when we speak about Puerto Rican boxing, we must always mention Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest Puerto Rican fighters of all time. And we have news about Felix Trinidad. Yes, news about Felix Trinidad in 2017, and it is not good news. Now, news I'm talking about is Felix Trinidad. Apparently, he is broke. He has lost everything. You know, this is a man that in his career was a decorated fighter, won titles at 147, 154, and I even believe 160 he was a champion as well. So, obviously, a great fighter in the ring, generated over $90 million in his boxing career. You know, also was involved in some of the biggest matches of this era, of this millennium, I should say. So, with that being said, Tito Trinidad, you know, always hold a special place in my heart because that was like the first boxing match I ever watched was him versus Bernard Hopkins, and I'll never forget it. But here's what he said about his current financial situation and losing $90 million, which is not easy to do. He said, I quote, "I have lost all my money." And that's what he said. I've lost all my money. And in the event that I lose the case, I can remain, as I've been said in the press, in total bankruptcy. Now, he did go on. Felix did accuse. He actually says that the reason he lost his money was because his former financial advisor, a guy by the name of Jose Pepe Ramos, defrauded him and his father of a fraudulent scheme that he was doing with a lot of the banks. So I guess what happened was Felix Trinidad had put $63 million of his own money into savings bonds, and obviously that's banks and stuff. And then Jose Pepe Ramirez did some shady investments behind their backs without their consent, and they lost the money that way. And you know, it sucks to hear that, you know, that such a great fighter has lost their money once more. But like I said, man, like I've said in a couple other different videos, I feel like, you know, with boxers, you know, there needs to be some sort of, there needs to be two things that happen, and there needs to be two causes for reform in the sport, because it's a terrible cycle. You know, you see a guy come up as a young prospect, then he becomes champion, then he becomes a legend, then he gets out the sport barely with his faculties in check, and then they lose all their money. You know, I've seen it before. If you guys follow me on this channel, you should know really well that Riddick Bowe is a good friend of mine. Riddick Bowe, you know, financially, I know for a fact is not doing well. So it sucks to see that, you know, a fighter of that caliber isn't doing well. And you know, Trinidad, much like many fighters in the sport, they need to be educated financially, and boxing should set up something, or someone in boxing should set up something where these fighters get properly educated on how to invest their money and how to be good after they stop fighting, because you can't fight forever. You know, there's only a short amount of time you can fight in this boxing game, and then you gotta move on, and you gotta make sure you have enough money and your faculties in check once all the lights are off and the cameras stop flashing on you. You know, it happens to everybody. So that needs to happen, and there needs to be a fighters union to protect these fighters from themselves. So, you know, it sucks to hear. You know, Felix Trinidad for me was a kind of a bit of a hero of mine as far as a boxing fan growing up, and it's not good to hear this. But it just shows you, man, you know, these fighters need to stop trusting so many people with their money, and they gotta, you know, empower themselves up here with their minds, and just, you know, try to educate themselves in how to manage their finances. Every move with your money should be calculated, and, you know, Felix didn't do that, and now he's paying the cost for it. So all the best to him and his whole situation. Hopefully he can find a way to get out of this situation, because, you know, it's not cool when you lose that amount of money. But hopefully for him, God will use it for a better purpose. But we'll see what happens, man. But that's the news. Felix Trinidad has pretty much lost everything. He's in court right now trying to settle a dispute. I guess what happens is he's trying to secure the cancellation of a debt for fraud of more than $2.9 million in damages, so he can just, you know, be okay. But that's what it is, man. You know, Felix Trinidad situation is just a sad story and a story that we've seen too many times in boxing. So hopefully, this should be a warning to any fighters out there that manage your money carefully, because it can be gone just like that, and it can be gone by somebody who really isn't even a family member or a friend. It's just maybe somebody that used to work with you, and they just do things behind your back without your consent. So that's what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Felix Trinidad has apparently lost everything, and it's a sad story. So leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving being it. So until next time, take care, guys.